Hello and welcome to Top Turnbuckle Podcast's new series, simply known as the Go Home Show. And just like our other series where we look at the Monday Night Raw the night after WrestleMania, which can be seen on the link below, in this series we'll be looking back at the Go Home episode of WWF Raw going into WrestleMania, starting back in 1993.
Traditionally, Go Home shows tend to be quite poor. I know it's not a very good introduction for our new series. The whole point of it is just getting ready, isn't it?
It is, yeah. So we'll be looking like, is there any last minute angles, swerves or matches to get us into WrestleMania? Actually, isn't a Monday Night Raw the week before WrestleMania 9, but instead it was replaced by a WWF special March to WrestleMania. Do you remember these specials?
Yeah, these are the Bobby Heenan ones.
Yeah,
Gorilla
yeah.
Monsoon. I love these.
Yes, yeah.
They should have done... This should have been the Go Home show for all of them, or at least a special that they put on.
Yeah. Now, Monday Night Raw, March the 22nd from the Manhattan Center, New York City. I always love this venue. Your hosts are Vince McMahon, the Macho Man Randy Savage, and Rob Bartlett. We have spoken previously about Rob Bartlett. What, were you a fan?
I certainly was not. He did not fit WWF at all. He come out with some racist remarks which were even bad for the time.
So we hit the ring for the first match, and what better way than to start with four wrestlers that are not even going to be part of WrestleMania 9?
Makes sense.
We have Damien Demento and the Repo Man versus the Bushwackers.
I always think that Damien Demento is a really interesting character. He's on them all the time. If it goes anywhere as a character, he was being used all the time on these Monday Night Raws, the early ones in 1993.
Yeah. Now the camera is on the entrance with Vince saying, "Where are they?" When in fact, they were in the ring the whole time.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
Bushwackers made their entrance through the balconies. Butch bites Demento on the arse. Luke does the same to Repo Man, and the crowd does not care.
This is like an Attitude Era ECW type crowd already. They're not bothered by silly, childish bushwhacker antics.
Repo Man accidentally elbow drops Demento, and after that gets hit with the battering ram for the Bushwhackers win. One thing I did take away from this match is Repo Man has a new jacket on.
I didn't even realise that Repo Man was still around.
Interesting fact is, this was Repo Man's last appearance, unless you count his match at WrestleMania 17.
Really?
He would actually go on to become a car alarm salesman, which is quite ironic being the Repo Man.
It's amazing to look at Repo Man and think that was Smash or Demolition.
It is. It really is. Tatanka versus Reno Riggins. It's a basic squash match here. Tatanka gets the win with the Samoan drop. I suppose at least Tatanka was part of WrestleMania, but there was more hype of the WrestleMania hotline than there was of the actual Tatanka Shawn Michaels match.
I'm not surprised. That was a big match. I mean, okay, it went on first actually on WrestleMania 9, but it is the Intercontinental title match at WrestleMania. And Tatanka was undefeated, so the story was interesting because was Shawn Michaels going to defeat him?
Next up, we get a package on Andre the Giant, who was the first inductee into the WWF Hall of Fame.
Yep.
I enjoyed this.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. From the French Alps.
Yep.
Yeah. There was a shot of the crowd featuring the members of music group known as Life to Live. Never heard of them.
These people are really popular in America, but no one worldwide knows who they are.
No. Bret Hart Ico Pro promo.
Oh my word. This is as bad as the WBF idea.
I wouldn't mind trying to get hold of some of this. Tag team champions and one half of the double main event at WrestleMania, Money Incorporated, IRS and Ted DiBiase, take on Jeff Armstrong and Scott Rich. IRS hits the right-off clothesline for the win.
He's actually good on the microphone. I've always argued that IRS is a good talker. He used to have no music and used to come just down with a microphone and do promos. He used to roll the crowd up about paying their taxes, calling them all tax cheats. That character shouldn't have gone anywhere. It should have been another knuckleball Schwartz.
The crowd did not care about this, and you would think, considering how high up their match is at WrestleMania, they would have done something a little bit better.
Yeah, I think the story was already told. You had Hulk Hogan, who you couldn't even get to any event, let alone just WrestleMania. And they'd already done the Brutus Barber beefcake.
Angle with the
briefcase, yeah.
WrestleMania Report airs with Mean Gene Okerlund. And then Doink the Clown takes on Kamala.
We have spoken about Kamala before. There should be a link in the description now to a video where you can tell us if you believe Kamala should be in the Hall of Fame or not.
Yes, yeah. Now, Doink carries a gift box to the ring. Doink gets chased outside. He gives Kamala the gift. He beats the 10 count and Kamala gets counted out.
Again, it's silly Kamala, but this Doink I love.
It's a different kind of Doink because he has a short green hair in this one.
Yeah, this happened quite a few times. It's like a mask, isn't it? Like a headdress.
Yeah.
And sometimes he'd have like these weird sort of, they look like old ladies' afros.
Yeah.
You know that blue, what's
blue
it?
Rinse.
Blue rinse perm.
Yeah.
But green.
Get an ad for WWF Mania with Todd Pettengill. I love Mania.
So did I.
We didn't have Raw over here in the UK at the time.
Todd Pettengill with his best friend, Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yes.
In the studio.
Yeah, and we return with Rob Bartlett and the Rosette Sisters fan club. We're basically the Raw girls who walk around the ring. The bigger girls who walked around the ring with the signs.
What the fuck?
He made some crappy jokes. He was insulting them both and ended up kissing one of them. He named all three of them Zeba, Kaya, and Daya.
Right.
Yeah.
Whatever. What the fuck ever. I must have blanked that from my mind because I can't fucking remember that.
No. One last plug for the March to WrestleMania special that featured Yokozuna versus Randy Savage, The Undertaker versus Bam Bam Bigelow, and a special interview with Giant Gonzalez. And this was what replaced the following week's Raw.
Yeah, and that sounds pretty good. That sounds like what we should have.
Yeah, it does. Final thoughts on this episode?
Just an absolute throwaway.
Yeah, it was an awful edition of Monday Night Raw.
But just because this one was awful, guys, doesn't mean the other ones are going to be bloody awful.
We've got many years to go.
This is a series up to 2024.
Yes, and we're right at the beginning, 30 years ago.
Yes.
So with this and our night after WrestleMania show and all of our other content on the page, go check it out.
Yes.
I'm Johnny.
I'm James.
We are Top Turnbuckle Podcast.
And we will see you in the next episode or the next video.